Anakin, I have the high ground.
Don't underestimate my power.
Are you dumb or just fucking special? I've been training you for 13 long-ass years, and you still think having some sort of magical bullshit power is going to save your 3 little bitch limbs when I chop you up like Darth Maul? Not only am I more skilled than you, I'm on the motherfucking high ground. Have you ever read The Art of War? It says in bold, do not try and fuck with the high ground, Anakin. This is honestly the reason why you're not a Jedi Master. You're legitimately dumber than sand and more of a whiny emotional shit than your unborn grandson, Kylo. Also, you're my brother, Anakin. I loved you.
Of course.
Roses are red, BB-8 is round. It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground! And just in case there was any doubt in your mind, yes, I really do think this is the most horrific Valentine's Day in the history of the galaxy. I mean, a volcano planet isn't exactly a romantic setting, but now look at you. You've strangled your pregnant wife to death, and you're burning alive in a river of lava and a pile of your own body parts. Doesn't exactly say, will you be my Valentine?
Oh my gosh. That's a clip from The Revenge of the Sith, starring Ewan McGregor and
I thought that was a flashback for the new show. I was like, how'd you
the
get this
upcoming
promo footage?
They came back and refilmed. They reshot some extra additional footage there for the upcoming Kenobi series. That's exclusive. We're the first to have that clip. Oh man, we're here, ladies and gentlemen, on this Sunday afternoon. Kind of a chill, relaxed episode. I'm not wearing any pants. I don't plan on putting them on, but also a promise I won't stand up. So you're safe. Yeah, we're here. I'm joined by the one and only wearing his Star Wars cap. And what else would you wear? And what we're going to talk about today on this Thunder Pop Extra. It's a Kenobi Obi-Wan, Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi theories and predictions. Joined next to me virtually in the co-pilot seat, the one and only Jazz One. One's up, everyone.
What's up, y'all?
Thunder Pop Extra. We're gonna run through a quick, 45, 50-minute show, and then I'm gonna go take my son to the park so he can play on a playscape, and then we're gonna come back and probably watch some more Transformers, and then the Oscars for some people probably will be watching the Oscars in a couple hours. Some of you, so the red carpet starts soon, so that'll be coming up as well. I think it'll feel more like an Oscars, a real Oscars awards show this year, from the hybrid show they did last year, where it was kind of more of a dressed down version of the Oscars. Yeah, they'll be able to do it up a little bit more like a typical Oscars this year. So yeah, that's coming up also tonight, the Oscars. Also, I've been watching, just real quick, I want to hit this. Are you familiar with Eurovision, Jazz? The competition in Europe they have where the song competition, and that's how they discovered ABBA was discovered. ABBA was discovered from the Eurovision Song Competition. Well, there's an American version of that that just debuted last week, and it's there every state and what they would call it, like Puerto Rico would be a territory. Every state and territory, it's 56 states and territories in the U.S. Each one is a representative from each state and region or in territory as well that's competing for that American version now that they just started this year, and that's tomorrow. I started watching that last week. Kind of a fun show. It's interesting though because it's unknowns, and in some of the states, the representing artist and songwriter is a known artist in some of the states. So it's a cool show. It's my recommendation of the week is to check out this new song competition show. It's crazy because it's got there's a K-pop star. Not she's unknown, mostly unknown, except on the internet she's known, but she's competing for Oklahoma, which was a huge surprise that they have a K-pop up and comer in Oklahoma. And then you have Connecticut, which it's Michael Bolton is competing for Connecticut as the songwriter and the representative for Connecticut. So it's wild. And then there's a hip hop artist from another state. I haven't seen Louisiana yet, but see who Louisiana is going to be presenting as their as your home state's.
I can't wait to see. Yeah, I
Yeah,
can't
but
wait to
check it
see
out.
this
Yeah,
now.
dial that up. It's fun. Snoop Dogg and Kelly Clarkson are co-hosting, and it's really fun. It's really entertaining because they have hip hop, they have every genre, pop music, rock music. It just depends on which each state put out as their. Puerto Rico has a Latin hip hop artist. So yeah. Anyway, cool. It's like a song competition. But today we're gonna talk about another show that's coming up in just a couple months. Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi. The trailer ran, it was during spring. I think it came out just before spring break. So I was off I took that week off. We're going to run that trailer. We're going to run our opening show stuff, and then we'll come back. We'll run the trailer, and then we're going to get right into Kenobi talk. It's a Thunder Pop Extra. It's a Sunday afternoon. It's casual Sunday. Jazz One, Stephen Presley here. Let's roll that opener as soon as I can find it. All right, there it is.
Thunder Pop. It's time for Thunder Pop. Don't make me say it again. Thunder Pop, Thunder Pop, Thunder Pop. I will not say it again. Thunder Pop. Okay, I lied. Thunder Pop, Thunder Pop, Thunder Pop, oh, Thunder Pop.
Yeah, here we are on the Sunday afternoon. It's going to be a Kenobi theories and predictions show. Also a bit of a react to the trailer. Let's run that trailer right now. Let me take down let's take down this popcorn, and here he goes.
Stay
Oh
hidden.
my god.
The key to hunting Jedi is patience. Jedi cannot help what they are. Their compassion leaves a trail. The Jedi Code is like an itch. He cannot help it. Where is he?
Oh my gosh. That's one of I think that is probably my favorite trailer in Star Wars history. And I said that when I did my first react to the trailer. Am I overcooking this, Jazz One?
Oh, what was that?
I think this is my favorite trailer in Star Wars history. And I said that when I did my first react to the trailer a few weeks ago. I did a little
Yeah.
quick short react. Am I overcooking this, Jazz One?
Man, I always feel like I'm kind of giving in to recency bias, like the newest shit's the hottest shit ever. But
Yeah.
no, like this looks good. It's like so far the other series we got Mando kind of Mandalorian kind of being created anew, going on kind of the adventures you kind of wanted Boba Fett to go on. Then we've seen Boba Fett, who we've all kind of projected our own Boba Fett reality, what we were expecting. The guy had limited screen time over the years, but to go and take a major character like Obi-Wan Kenobi,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, this is to me this is some new territory. Just a bit we've been told already. I'm like, I'm in.
Yeah. Yeah, it's taking like you said, a major character that was an original trilogy character and a part of the two of the three trilogies, a pivotal character in two of the three trilogies, also being part of the prequel trilogy. Pretty iconic. It's an iconic character, and it's been an iconic character since Star Wars started. So yeah, it's a
Oh
huge deal.
yeah.
Does this look like does it from the trailer? It looks like, I know this is a shorter series, only about 6 hours, I believe, total, if I'm not mistaken. It's pretty short.
Yeah, I just know it's like 6 episodes. I haven't
Yeah,
heard if they're an hour or some
right.
maybe a little shorter, some maybe a little longer, but guessing like an hour each.
Yeah. Yeah, so the shortest of all the live action Star Wars series so far looks like also maybe a slightly bit grander scale in terms of budget, because we're seeing some stuff that looks pretty much like like you're watching a new Star Wars movie. The scale of this. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, yeah.
you go back to that first season of The Mandalorian, as fun as that was, the budget on that obviously wasn't as big as as some of the movies. It wasn't until maybe the second season of Mando where we saw them ramp up the budget a little bit. But this is like watching Star Wars 3 episode 3.5. This looks like a movie. I mean, we see
Oh
the
yeah.
city there. I mean, just everything. I'm sure that's part of why they're maybe doing less episodes, is because they spent more money per It just looks like they spent more money per episode. And just having a star of Ewan McGregor's caliber, because you look at The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett, really, especially with Mandalorian, that first season, a lot of people still didn't know who Pedro Pascal is,
Oh
and
yeah.
playing Mandalorian. It was a mostly unknown cast. I think they had Nick Nolte in there, but it was mostly, you got Ewan McGregor, who's been doing movies for 30 years. He's been in the movie
Well,
theaters.
I thought it was interesting they called it a limited series. So
Hmm.
have like a 6 episode arc. It's not like we're gonna get second season of Kenobi.
Yeah.
It's meant to have this one story
Hmm.
arc, and like that's it.
Yeah, and there's rumors that popped up maybe a week ago that they have changed their mind and now they are considering a second season of this. I don't know if that's true. And where a lot of that comes from is that the actor that played the original Darth Maul said he was he was going to be in the show, and that they cut him because it was too much to fit in with Darth Vader, and it was going to be too much to get him in there too. So they cut it, and then that spawned the rumor that he would show up at the end credits at the end of this season as a tease for a second season. So again, that's interwebbing. We don't know if that's true, but I mean, I could see it happening. It's a possibility, right? What do you think?
That that makes the window that it could happen shorter. Uh,
Yeah.
to like what happens between Maul and Kenobi in
Yeah.
Rebels.
Hmm.
Have you seen that?
In the Rebels, can you give us a little bit of a refresher on
Yeah.
it?
Okay. Spoiler. There's a confrontation between Maul and Kenobi. I'm not gonna give you the results of it,
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, it's yeah, I tell you one thing. Like I mentioned, having like a super late pass to a lot of the animated stuff,
Yeah.
like um, Clone Wars and
Hmm.
Rebels. Like with these new shows, like I'd almost say it's getting like more and more essential.
Yeah.
Like even if you don't have time to watch the entire series, look for like
Hmm.
the essential arcs. Like there's
Yeah.
definitely some information of like when Rebels shows up on Tatooine,
Hmm.
that will give you like a good idea, a little bit of the setting, for this show. So there's some things that happen that kind of shorten that window that Maul could show up, without reshooting something. And with the animated stuff being canon, like I don't
Yeah.
think they would have some that's canon and then recreate it.
Yeah. To do the exact same thing they've already shown in animation. and recreate it would probably be a pretty big surprise if they were to do that. Yeah. So timeline
Oh yeah.
would play timeline would answer a lot of those questions, is like you're saying, is where they're at when this wraps up. And from everything I've been hearing, this is very much a story that is going to uh, connect and a callback to that relationship between, Obi-Wan Kenobi and his Padawan Anakin Skywalker, and kind of where they are now.
Oh
Where
yeah.
are they now? Where are they now of sorts? But also, this Darth Vader is going to be a very different Darth Vader from what I understand, that what we've seen in live action before, because this is like Darth Vader. Like they just made the Batman, which was loosely based off the year one Batman comic books. And this was the
Yeah.
Batman that is still making mistakes. He's young. Um, he hasn't learned everything yet about being the Dark Knight. And so this is supposed to be kind of like that for Darth Vader. He hasn't learned everything about being a full Sith Darth Vader. He's still possible. I mean, do we see Darth Vader even making mistakes in this as well? What do you think? Or is it going to be more of him
Yeah.
just
I
being
would not
conflicted in
see.
emotion?
Yeah, I could literally see it go both ways. I mean, I,
Right.
I think we're getting, could get the like most Vader,
Yeah.
that full of rage and every,
Yeah.
but then I also think that we could get that conflict.
Hmm.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there.
Yeah, it could go either way. Like you said, he could just be really dark because of coming closer off the heels of what happened, and just not having any love for anybody or anything. Or like you said, it could be the conflicting thing, which we saw more of that with his grandson in the sequel trilogy, where there was still some
Yeah, I have
conflicting.
a feeling at some time we'll see Vader's mask like broke, like piece of it like
Ooh,
broken away. Kind of like
ooh,
that was seen in Clone Wars,
yeah.
in like his fight with Ahsoka. So it's just like, yeah, I definitely think I don't know. After seeing this season of Boba Fett and
Hmm.
just kind of wondering if that's going to be kind of a pattern going forward, because we had
Yeah,
like an episode and a half, almost 2 episodes of The Mandalorian,
yeah,
2.5 in there. So it's
yeah.
just like I'm kind of wondering with Kenobi, you know, I don't think they're going to be afraid to, go off on a little bit of a tangent, to tell some
Hmm.
like Vader stories, Vader stories of that time. Whereas,
Hmm.
we got like our Mando, catch up in the Boba Fett show. I'm
Right. We
kind of
even got a
wondering if we're
Mando.
going to get kind of like, yeah, into Fett's, not Boba Fett, but Darth Vader's world at that time.
Hmm. Will we see more? Well, there's okay. The over under more Bacta tank in this series than the Book of Boba Fett, or is that no way possible? That's even possible.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think in the timeline you do still need like the big tank, of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really pumped to see like Inquisitors,
Yes, we're gonna
showing
get.
up.
Yes.
Yeah, the Inquisitors, most of them were like former Jedi
Hmm.
um, who were, yeah, basically they were hunting Jedi after Order
Hmm.
66,
Hmm.
and they have names like the second sister, the fifth brother, and so they're going around tracking down, Jedi's that didn't get killed during Order 66, and
Hmm.
so yeah, that invaders come in to like handle the worst cases. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Just that we've seen the Grand Inquisitor in the we call it in the trailer so far. Also the circular spinning lightsabers. I'm like, yeah, this is
Yes.
going to be interesting. I'm kind of wonder who's the big baddie. Will we see? Hopefully more Vader. We see the more. The
Yeah.
better.
The
I'm
better.
happy. Yeah, I can't wait to see how this all turns out.
And we don't know how much they're going to use Vader. If it's going to be like a few things, like I'm sure it's going to have a few scenes that are going to be significant. And from what I understand, they're going to cross paths Kenobi and Darth Vader and Anakin, Darth Vader at some point. Hayden Christensen coming back is going to be in the suit, and that's not since the original prequel trilogy have we seen that. And we only got that for a short glimpse in the prequel trilogy at the end of the Revenge of the Sith. So that will be really interesting to see him coming back. I like that he's getting to come back and do this. I feel like this could be the Hayden Christensen redemption story with him getting to come back to do this
Oh
series.
yeah,
I love that because he got so
yeah.
much blowback back when those movies came out. I felt like, and I don't think he was deserving of all that.
I definitely think there's a reason why they booked him for the show. Hayden Christensen.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they could have just gone, with the voice, somebody that fits in the suit.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to have this specific actor. I mean, but I mean, I think that's part of Filoni. Part of him doing his thing. I can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be. I feel like there's going to be some helmet off time.
There's got to be, right?
We see.
That's one of the other reason you bring him
either
back.
Like some of it broken away or like helmet off times.
Yeah. Bacta tank, possibly a little bit in and out of the tank. We see it. I know we're also expected to see Palpatine. And what I'm hoping is we get to see a little bit of what we saw in the comic books when Palpatine was known to have been like Darth Vader's suit and how it was used was continuing to evolve. And the way that Palpatine was modifying his suit to use it more in his benefit to control Darth Vader. To keep, keep an eye on him and make sure he wasn't going rogue, no pun intended. But pun definitely made. But yeah, to see, if we get to see a little bit of that manipulation behind the scenes, continuing manipulation behind the scenes that didn't stop after Revenge of the Sith, the manipulation of Palpatine's controlling Anakin Skywalker or the former Anakin Skywalker. So I hope we get to see more of that. I would like to see more of that. That actor is so good that plays Palpatine. So I'd love to see him, really, use his acting chops in this as well. Will we see flashbacks with Padme?
I don't
kind of
know.
Stuff?
Like they haven't announced anybody playing her, but I'm kind of wondering how much is going to be flashbacks. I just kind of wonder how much what we've seen with Boba Fett. How that's going to be kind of carried over. Some of that style, storytelling.
Yeah. Because we now know they're not afraid to, Star Wars used to not be as known for their flashbacks. I remember the late great Johnny Lightfoot talking about how Star Wars didn't really ever do flashbacks. And then if they were to start doing it, it would be a new thing. But he said that at some point they probably would start doing it. So he got a called that ahead of time. And then it's now become a lot more of how they're telling, like you said, the stories as in the Book of Boba Fett, and a little bit even in Mandalorian before Book of Boba Fett. There were some of that, a little bit of flashback, maybe not as nearly as much, but so why wouldn't they continue on with that, like you said, to do a little bit of that in this series? How about this Jedi or former Jedi? Is there any way she works into this? And you mentioned how this more than any other show is going to connect to Rebels and Clone Wars.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. It's like I would recommend like Googling like what are the essential animated Star Wars arcs.
Mm-hmm.
Typically there will be 3 or 4 episodes that kind of go together that make like a mini movie. But yeah, as far as Ahsoka, Ahsoka was Anakin's Padawan, and they go to battle. Not long after this happens. But yeah, I think when we see Kenobi like going off world, like they show the video of him and looks like Space Tokyo or Space Hong Kong. I'm talking about with the neon lights and stuff. I figure maybe Ahsoka is kind of taking the hey, watch over Luke position.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey.
Yes, buddy. The A-Team is back. Jazzy and Presley 2022. We'll get some things done for sure. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, and thank you for that comment. It's always appreciated. We love the positivity and all the love. So we appreciate it. Thank you. And even the haters, which occasionally come up, because the haters are at least acknowledging that someone's acknowledging. So that's okay. Occasionally, I guess. Okay, I really have the love than the hate, but hate is being recognized. Yeah, so yeah, there's that. You talked about that, and young Luke confirmed will at least make some appearance because it's in the trailer. They're not hiding that, so that
Oh
you
yeah.
mentioned that as well. So we're gonna get to see a little bit of that. We know Uncle Owen is in this, and it's the original actor that played Uncle Owen in the prequel trilogy, which again, I love that because they're connecting the dots and connecting that continuity, that continuity we're going to be getting by having the same actor playing Uncle Owen in this that was in the original prequel trilogy. I suspect we'll see some other people that will pop up that we haven't even seen in the trailer yet that we'll recognize from Jar Jar Binks.
Bro, don't be cursing us like that.
Where is Jar Jar Binks in this, in the grand scheme of things at this point?
Okay, maybe at some time, I'm not saying now, but at some time we get the Jar Jar redemption story.
That might come. Yeah. Would that be an animated live action? Could that? I don't know. I think this crew could
I'm not
figure it
even
out.
sure.
I think that if anybody could figure out, it's Filoni and Favreau how to make that work
Oh yeah.
to give that actor, Jar Jar Binks actor, a chance. I've read so much about that because I'm fascinated sometimes by the mishaps as much as I am by the successes. And I read about that actor, and
Oh yeah.
when he came out on that was filming that movie, they were hyping him up as the next Eddie Murphy. They said he was the funniest person on any movie set. The actor that played, I wish I could think of his name right now. The actor that played, the very talented
Oh
actor
yeah.
that played
Yeah. I
that
mean,
played Jar Jar
I
Binks.
saw a documentary. Yeah, I saw a documentary
Yeah,
about that actor, and
yeah.
just like all the Jar Jar hate, it like made him like damn near suicidal.
Oh,
And
it's a sad
part
story.
of the
Yeah,
documentary is about him kind of coming back from it. And I'm like,
yeah.
I mean, I've heard the Darth Jar theory, but
Hmm.
and I've heard some canon stuff to where
Hmm.
he is literally just busking now. Like
Uh-huh.
uh, I don't know. I feel like could be a tale there. Just as they gave
Yeah.
we call it Boba Fett like some depth. You know, it'd be funny for them to go back and retroactively do that with Jar Jar. I'm not holding my breath for it. I will be
Hmm.
slightly entertained if they do that, but
Hmm.
you know, anything could happen.
Yeah, I think it would have. I mean, I don't know if I'd ever see them giving him a full series, but I do think maybe like some kind of a cameo or a nod to him in one of these shows in the future. I could see happening, or maybe even a short, quick episode where he has some role in something and giving him something really clever and fun, and even making fun of it a little bit within the story, the whole phenomenon
Man,
that
oh
it
yeah.
was.
It's like I went from being just like a prequel hater to really kind of appreciating it for what it was. And while
Mhm,
Jar Jar was very annoying, just to
mhm.
see that this character is so much hate and like the way it affected the actor, now I'm kind of like pulling for the underdog a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and yeah, I don't think it was his fault.
you know?
Anything that happened with the execution of that character, he just did what he was told. He
Yeah.
was given a character, and they that it was the way it was executed. It wasn't his fault. He did the role that he was hired to do, and he did it the way he was asked to do it, and they put all that him in the costume and the makeup. Who was supposed to do that originally, and they ended up because they couldn't come to an agreement on how the role was going to be done, was Michael Jackson. Michael
Oh, I heard
Jackson,
that.
who had worked with George Lucas. They had a relationship because he did Captain EO with him for Disney, for the Disney theme parks, which was like a musical Star Wars of sorts. Um, basically it's Star Wars with Michael Jackson. But anyway, they were going to use. He was going to do it. He wanted to do it, but he didn't want to do the CGI. He wanted it to be all practical with the costume and the makeup and all that stuff. And they wanted to do the heavy CGI job. So, and I'm sure a lot of that was because his ego. I mean, he's Michael Jackson. He doesn't want to be hidden behind CGI. He wants it to be, more of him doing that part. That would have been interesting how that would have unfolded, because obviously Michael Jackson had a lot more power in Hollywood. If he had done that role, might have had a lot more say on how that role was done. Like he might have, if he'd said, I don't want that to be the voice, or I want the voice to sound like this. But where this actor was a new up and comer, had to just kind of do what he was hired to do and couldn't really, probably didn't have much, even Sam Jackson was a star already from Pulp Fiction, was able to ask for a request with his lightsaber. And you've seen the video. Have you seen him where he's actually asking George if he could make it a purple lightsaber?
Yeah. I mean, I think I heard it just because Samuel Jackson would just wanted to be able to pick his lightsaber out. If it's a huge battle, he wanted to be able to see the purple one and know that was him.
Yeah. Yeah. I know you don't have a problem
But
with a purple lightsaber.
Oh yeah, eventually I will own one, but it would definitely have to be purple.
Yeah, you would go. So yeah, you would.
Though.
Yeah, with the gold at the end.
Everything looks better in purple and gold.
Oh man, think how cool that would be. Yeah, to get So that's your lightsaber when you do get your own. When you do get a custom lightsaber, that's going to be the combination of the. Oh, and we got also here's a clip. That actually I hate to get off subject, but here's a little football news. Recently, Jerry Jones having a meeting with Sean Payton, former Saints coach. There's a picture from their meeting. Okay, I'm joking. I don't think he wants that job, but that was a meme. That was a meme I made. I didn't make that meme, but yeah, here's a little scene, of course. What about a Qui-Gon Jinn Force Ghost? Does that make sense? Do we see that?
It could happen. It could happen. I definitely want to see some stuff that happened in the 6th season of Clone Wars.
Yeah,
I think that could happen. I would definitely wouldn't mind if I saw that.
Yeah, so that could be cool, and that could be another thing that we might see. So the Darth Maul, I mentioned it. The Darth Maul, the original actor that played Darth Maul, was at maybe a convention, and that's when he said that he was going to be in this. You probably don't want him saying this, by the way. Lucasfilm, because they're usually pretty quiet, tight-lipped on stuff like this. But that he had said that he was supposed to have been in it, but he was cut because of there was too much already in there with Darth Vader, that it was going to be too much to fit in. And that's when rumors respond. I actually have a source who's never been wrong out of Europe, because he knows people in the industry. He's the one that told me Darth Maul is going to show up at the end, and it's going to be a tease for a second season, which they've now decided they're going to do. So we'll see. This same source is the one that told me there was going to be a new Smallville project. That turned out to be correct. They told me that there was going to be additional seasons of Picard after the second season, or another season of Picard. That turned out to be correct. So
yeah,
so far they're batting 1,000. So if if they're wrong on this one, this is going to be the first thing they were wrong on. So we'll see. We'll have a couple months. So yeah, what things you want to see? What do you want to see on this? Or predictions for Kenobi? Any predictions yet?
Yeah, I mean, well, it's like definitely the Vader stuff, and
Yeah.
I guess I want to say I've heard it's going to be like 2 major, fights between Kenobi and Vader.
Wow.
Which I would have been
Wow.
happy with just the one, right?
Yes.
And I feel like there's going to be something that happens in those 6 episodes that's really make us reframe, their fight on the Death Star.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to add a little bit more context to that. But yeah, I'm curious. I could see, like I said, there's a short window when
Yeah.
Maul could show up there, uh,
Yeah.
because of stuff that's already happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're just talking about like, you know, specific moments in the timeline.
Yeah. Yoda. Could Yoda work in this anywhere? Is that possible?
See, I thought at one time, like in the trailer, you see two ships kind of flying out
Yeah.
separately. Like one of them looks like that little one that Yoda got in at the end of Revenge of the
Yeah.
Sith when
Yeah.
he's, leaving during Order 66. I think he was
Mhm.
headed to Kashyyyk with the Wookiees. And we
Yeah.
know he winds up going to Dagobah, but it looked like
Mhm.
that ship or like that style ship. So I'm kind of wondering, you know, do we see Yoda at some time?
Interesting. Yeah, that would be a neat little surprise because it's not something that is, being talked about, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. So that could be pretty cool. Here's a few Kenobi memes. This is not the meme you were you were looking for. Little mind c- mind control in there. Um, Also, we've got pleased to meet you. I will cut off your legs and leave you burning in the not too distant future. We also got science says this is what Jesus really looked like. So, I bet you won't share this because you are too embarrassed to have Jesus on your Facebook wall. Do you ever get that on your news feed? Yes, I get that
Oh
sometimes.
yeah, I've seen these.
Yeah,
Like people's mamas will have these on their mantles and stuff.
yeah, yeah. So there's that. I want the candle. If you can get the Kenobi candle, that's kind of like a Jesus candle, but one with Kenobi on it, that would be a good
I
candle.
know it has to exist,
It
and
has
I
to.
might
Of
even know
course, they
where to
thought of
get
that.
it.
Did you ever get the Drew Brees or Sean Payton version of that candle?
Yeah, I've got like the Drew Brees because it's a Saint
Yeah,
candle. Saints.
yeah.
Got the one
Uh-huh.
that has Prince on it. But
Oh,
yeah, that
yes.
wait.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen both of them. I've seen the Sean
if I
Payton.
see a Kenobi one like that, yeah.
That's a get. That's a get for
If I
sure.
see the Kenobi one, I'm getting that.
I know I've seen the Drew Brees. I've seen the Drew Brees one, and I have seen the Prince one. Yeah, that you're talking about. That's cool. Yeah, you got to have those two. Oh man. So yeah, so this show pretty exciting. May will be a huge month for Star Wars because we'll have May 4th day at the beginning of the month. Could be more like a May 4th, a regular May 4th day that we've had in a while. I'm already my mind's already kind of working full time on what could we do that would be fun on May 4th day. That would be fun and maybe unique and different. Going on location somewhere, or I don't know. We'll see. It's on a weekday again this year. Damn it! I hate it when a holiday falls on a. It should be a national holiday. I mean, they should just close everything like Christmas.
It should be a week. Man, I just love how bad porn has turned into like a nerd holiday.
Yeah, yeah. So give us that holiday already. Call up whoever that's in charge of creating the holiday and give us that holiday because it's on a weekday. So that means people that work at banks have got to be open, schools have got to be in session. It's kind of a drag. We were lucky that one year we did our marathon that was on a Saturday, so it worked out. We had our big Star Wars marathon on that day. But anyway, it should be a cool month because it's going to be the month of Kenobi coming out, and it'll be the also May 4th at the beginning of the month. So it'll be bookmarked with two things at the beginning or bookended with something at the beginning and then closer to the end of the month for Star Wars fans. It should be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Um,
I-
so
I'm a
yeah, this is
little
gonna be fun.
baffled it didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little baffled the show doesn't come out on the 4th. You know, like
Yeah.
I'm just wondering why they're timing with that. I have a feeling something big will drop on the 4th. You know, like I don't
Yeah.
think they're ever gonna let May the 4th go by without something big either being dropped or teased or trailer or something. Like there's gonna be something
Mhm.
big we'll get on the 4th. I bet.
Yeah, you had mentioned, you said that, hey, could there be a surprise? Could Bad Batch premiere on May 4th? So be a surprise. Because it's been over a year, and it'll be over a
Yeah,
year at that point.
yeah,
Second season Bad Batch.
yeah.
So
I've
that was
heard
one
I
theory.
want to say Bad Batch has been pushed out, but I'm open to anything.
Could also be something of a one-off. They do put those Lego Star Wars movies out, or new specials, at least once or twice a year. It seems like they put out a new one. I mean, they had the new Halloween one was most recent. And then they had they did a Christmas special, so that could be something that might,
The
I
Star
don't know.
Wars Easter special.
The Star Wars Lego Easter special. I'm hoping because now Disney has Fox. They weren't able to do Family Guy. They did Family Guy for, I've said this, they did Family Guy for Empire Strikes Back in the original trilogy. They did a parody They did a parody trilogy with Family Guy for the original trilogy, and maybe even the prequels. Did they do the prequels too with Family Guy parody?
Maybe I'm
And
thinking they did. Yeah, it's been a while since I thought of that.
yeah, but they didn't get to do the sequel trilogy. And the reason being was when the sequel trilogy came out, that was the first one with Disney. And being that Family Guy was under Fox's umbrella and they were a different company, they didn't have the license to be able to do the parody for the sequel trilogy like they did with the originals because of
Oh
Fox.
wow. Yeah.
So now Fox is with Disney now. So that's something that could be, I don't know, that's really throwing the net out pretty far on something that could be offered on May 4th. But what if now they finally figured it out. And they finally made a new Family Guy based on the sequels. And that were to come out.
Oh, I would not be mad at that at all.
I mean, that's a big dream. It's a big dream, but like you said, you think they'll do something. They would do something on that day because it is weird. Why do you think they're not going to have it out on that day? Is it just a
Oh, what's that?
scheduling issue? Why do you think they would not put it out on that day, Kenobi? Like
Yeah,
we're saving
I'm
it.
not sure. Like, I mean, I want to say I heard some rumor that it had to do with the actual anniversary of A New Hope coming
Okay.
out. I might be
Okay.
wrong on that, and I think
Sure.
that was like the same day. You know,
Mm-hmm.
however many years ago. Uh, I don't even want to count that high. But yeah, it's like I think it was more to that. But yeah, I'm just really surprised it's not on the 4th. But can't wait to see it though.
Kenobi. Kenobi!
Hello there.
Okay.
Oh God. I
Oh boy.
just hope not everybody all of a sudden starts saying hello there.
Like it's going to be a thing where everybody's going to be saying that in May.
Yeah, because like when people say, hello there, like you have to say General Kenobi.
Could there be a hello there drinking game with this new show? Is there going to be enough hello there's in the show to turn the hello there into a drinking game for people that want to play that?
There will be some TikToks about it.
Somebody's going to cover that. Hello there. Well, usually we have to see that damn meme every May. It's going to be May with the NSYNC. It's going to be me.
Oh
It's going to be
yeah.
May. So I would do anything for a hello there meme to replace that at the beginning of May on my news
I mean, I
feed.
just know there's gonna be good memes coming out. There's gonna be good TikToks coming out. Like, I think a lot of people are gonna be watching this together.
I think we're going to have some fun. It's going to be
Star Wars.
Star Wars. Star Wars. Star Wars. Star Wars. Star Wars.
Yeah, that's right.
Star Wars.
Yes,
Star Wars.
that's right.
This is like most
Star
conversations we
Wars.
LSU,
Star Wars.
Saints,
Star Wars.
Prince. And see, that's
Star
most
Wars.
conversations with me right there.
Star
Let's
Wars.
go back between.
Star Wars.
There's one more.
Star Wars.
Louisiana. Back home food.
Star Wars.
That's your tacos.
Yeah, tacos.
Star Wars. Barbecue. Star Wars.
Exactly. Every other conversation is about Star Wars.
But those are the things that go in between. Football season.
That's what it sounds like in my head.
Football season. Star Wars.
Star Wars.
LSU Tigers. Star Wars. Oh, boy.
Thunder Pop live streaming podcast. Star Wars.
Star Wars. Oh my goodness. There it is. Well, May will be a fun month. It is going to be May. Hello there. Maybe we do a back and forth where they say it's going to be May and then the hello there. Goes
Oh,
back
yeah.
to- says hello there. Anyway, the hello there. We'll hear it in May for sure. Like you said, there'll probably be some TikToks. I can't wait. We'll be back. We'll do a May 4th. So we'll definitely, if not before then, I'm gonna do a May 4th show coming up.
Before May 4th?
Yeah.
No.
Oh. Before May 4th. But there'll be more Star Wars talk before Kenobi comes out, and definitely be Kenobi talk when Kenobi comes out. So there'll be a lot of hello there here too. I'll have to get that. I'll have to get that on my soundboard for sure.
Oh yeah. Have you noticed the in the font for the name of the show, the I is his lightsaber.
Ooh, I didn't know that, but how cool was that a graphic that they did with the lightsaber doing the arch over the Disney?
Oh yeah, yeah.
On the they've never done that before, have they?
I kind of feel like that's the new Tinkerbell for Disney
Yes.
Plus. You know, like something doing connecting to that. You know, Disney Plus arc. Yeah.
Yeah. How cool was
I
that?
thought it was clever that they worked in the lightsaber on that.
Yeah, I think it's the first time they've ever done that. Am I mistaken, or is this the first live action series of the Disney Plus shows where they actually include Star Wars in the title? Am I right or wrong there? And because this one's being called Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi, where Mandalorian is Mandalorian just Mandalorian. It was Book of Boba Fett, just Book of Boba Fett. There's no Star Wars actually in the title.
I will have to go back and look at that.
Because that made it feel a lot more like a move. Like this was kind of this is an elevated thing for them.
Oh,
to put Star Wars. I mean, obviously the Book of Boba Fett's already such a long title that adding Star Wars to it would have been a lot. With Mandalorian, you could have in theory put Star Wars Mandalorian. I'm like you. I have to go back and look at that. But I know that was something I caught the last time I looked at the last few times I looked at the trailer. I'm like, oh, that's different.
Man, I am just thinking of like the bar that's been set, man. The Mandalorian, just like first season, second season, you know, Boba Fett show, the 2 episodes that were like season 2.5 of Mandalorian, like just seeing where it picked up, you know, after second season of Mandalorian. I mean, just the vibes I was getting off that. And honestly, I feel like they're going to raise the bar with this show.
Yeah, it looks like it. It looks really good. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Looks like there'll be a lot of action too, and it's gonna there's gonna be areas the show is gonna move really quick and fast. But it looks like a lot of fun. Good acting too, for sure, with the cast.
I would, man, I tell you, oddly, I kind of wonder if like we may see Lando. You know?
Ooh, interesting.
I mean, kind of tangentially connected. FX's Atlanta came back.
Yes.
And as a Saints fan, there's only like 3 things I like about Atlanta. 1, Outcast. B, Donald Glover's Atlanta TV show.
Yeah.
And 3rd, my younger sister lives there. But besides that, don't like Atlanta at all.
Outcast. Did you mention Outcast? Yeah, I got Outcast.
Outcast,
Mhm.
the Atlanta TV show.
Mhm.
It's like that show is like no matter how you describe it, it never encapsulate what it's about. You know,
Do you find yourself? Have you gone to Atlanta because you have family there?
I've been through there, but it's been years.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, if I go back, yeah, I'll have to be in black and gold the whole time.
Yeah. You give them have a little fun with them when you go there.
Where I have a Falcon Suck Christmas ornament that was given to me that goes on my Christmas tree. Like the Atlanta hate. It's not as deep as the Bama hate,
Sure.
but
That's fair.
Atlanta hate is definitely real.
That's funny. That's funny. Well, can't wait for this. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And everybody, Jazz, thank you for joining me for this TP Extra. Everybody out there, we'll see you soon. Have a great hour, second, millisecond, and all that. Jazz 1, Stephen Presley. Happy Sunday. We'll see y'all later. Close it out. Thunderpop is a Hit the Bricks production.
Kenobi. Kenobi!
Hello there.
Oh, boy, everybody.